Hello and welcome back. It is the Daily, number 509, where we learn to be a better gamer. We're talking about optimizations and why they're awesome. We're trying to make our builds better, and let's go ahead and review briefly what we've looked at today. In part 1, we introduced this full outline of how our refinement and optimization process would work. That we start off coming up with an idea, get used to playing with it, and record our benchmarks. See how many units we have when and how many buildings we have when. And then we stepped into this idea of the loop of refinement. That first we start with our buildings. We get an order to everything that we want to do before we get into too much specifics. Then we start playing a couple times and try to make things really clean and smooth, get our SCVs all out, not get supply blocked. Then we compare, are we doing better or worse? We actually did that at the end of part 2, and we saw that we were doing considerably better, just not missing SCVs, not missing depots, and even a couple of depot misses happen in there. We also talked about the idea in part 1 of add. What do you do with your extra money? In part 3, we're going to be looking a lot at this unit section of how we improve our build order. And as a result, where we need to spend extra money that we're not spending, and where we can get ourselves a couple more dollars from. And we keep doing this ORCA method of ordering, refining, comparing to before, and adding. In part 2, we did a lot of just actual playing, and I want to come back to this segment right here for a brief period. So, what did we do? We showed a game that would potentially be in the ordering phase. We intentionally infused some mistakes so that we could see what it looked like and what it felt like. But after playing maybe 5, 6, maybe as many as 10 games, maybe as few as 2 games, either way, we're playing as much as is comfortable for us. We started to refine it. We got things smoother and faster and good. We compared and we said, hey, we're doing better. And it's at this point that I feel like the real tragedy moment happens and most people say, let's get on the ladder. Yeah. That's terrible. That sucks. That's the worst. You want to make sure that you can say, well, what can we do with our extra money? And let me show you what extra money looks like. Extra money is long, continuous periods of time where you're floating above a certain amount of cash. So I'm going to hang out here at 750, and we're just going to look at the money. I'm over 150, over 125, over 150. Oh, I dropped down a little bit. Over 125, over 150. My gas is very much so over 200 the whole time. Over 150, over 150. Over, yeah, it's kind of looking like I'm still, ooh, I'm getting really high because I'm getting supply blocked. Oh my god, look at that embarrassingly high number. And now it gets really high up near the end. And I'm going to stop right here. It seemed like for the last minute, 2 minutes, how long was that? 90 seconds, I had over 125 minerals. In fact, let's come back here to 630. I seem to have a hell of a lot of cash up at this point in time. Oh yeah, look at all that money. Look at that money! Gross, yuck, disgusting. I've had over 150 minerals the whole time. And a lot of times it's easy to go, 125 minerals? Yeah, big deal, day 9. You should probably go cry in a closet for a week. But 125 minerals to me says an engineering bay. This is the add portion that I think is so important. That if you start removing things a lot, you can begin to add quite a bit of extra bonus. So here's something I want to propose. How many, I'm now going to step over to here and discuss the plan I have. I want to try to add in an engineering bay around, 7:30. I'm just going to pick a time for it. Cool. Cool. That's what I'm going to do. That's my plan for when I want to play next. Now, ordinarily, I would go ahead and play another game right now. But in the interest of time, I am going to combine adding in that engineering bay with stepping into this next area, this units phase. Am I making enough defense? Is there a moment where I could die? You know what? I don't think I had a bunker here, ever. And I think I need to do that. This is one phase that is very useful to discover, like this whole section of the loop, the units, where we're trying to be lean and get as few units as possible. This is where it is useful to step onto the ladder and play some. Where you can say, am I really threatened right now at 430? Hell no. Not unless he's going one base, fast gas, speedling. I am not threatened at all. I ain't worried.
Add-on complete.
And in fact, I'm only worried until I get Hellions out. What about right now? Am I worried? Hell no. There's really nothing that can threaten me. You know, maybe around 7 to 8 minutes, there's a couple things I'm a little worried of. So maybe around now I might want to be building a bunker. Does this sound winged in my head? Yes, and it should be. This is the way that it should work, is that you should go, huh, I think I might die here if he did blah. And then you just build the defense for blah then. And then what happens? You play some games and you start going, I might have been wrong. No one's attacking me. Maybe. Okay. Okay, cool. This other thing, cut units and save yourself some money. Here's the big cut I'm seeing. I don't think I need Hellions 5 and 6 right away. I feel like I can just not get those all together. I can't think of a single situation in all the games I've played TVZ where I'm thinking, huh, I really needed 2 more Hellions early on. Like, I've totally had 2 Hellions and think, man, I could really use 4. That would help me against these Zerglings. But I've never had 4 and been like, damn it, I needed 6 Hellions 10 seconds earlier, and that would have fixed it. So I'm going to go ahead and cut that. And in fact, these 2 Hellions that I'm going to build here,
complete.
see how I'm like not building Hellions for a while? These 2 Hellions I feel like could have been Hellions 5 and 6. I think I can just cut these 2 Hellions all together. And then what? I'm going to do this Orca thing again. And what am I going to do? I'm going to try to be doing this refinement step. I'm going to try to get my Marauders earlier. I'm going to try to get my Barracks earlier. I'm still going to be getting that Engineering Bay at 7:30 like I had pitched. Okay, so what I'm going to do now... Oh, crap. Everything good? Sound die? Sound die? Uh-oh. Stream look good? Okay, it should have frozen. Sometimes when my screen freezes, my sound just shuts off, so apologies. Alright, so let's go ahead and hop on to Cloud Kingdom one more time. And, oh, damn it. God, I hate that design where you double-click on a map and the default is join game. So then what happens? You automatically get put into a game, and then it starts. So I'm right now against Dardanus. I hate this so much. This is the worst thing in the universe. I hate it. I hate this. So, once this starts off, I'll just be promptly leaving, which kind of stinks. So again, what I'm going to be doing when we actually get into the game, there we go, Dardanus was victorious. Alright, custom games, create game. God, that is the worst interface design ever. Oh my god. Alright, you want to test something? Well, guess what? You're playing right now. You have no option to stop. 10, 9, 8. And then it gets to the bottom and you have to wait 30 seconds for it to load. Alright, cool. So now I'm finally loading up. I'm going to be doing this same thing, but we're going to be repeating a little bit more of all the refinement techniques that we've done. Now, one thing I will note is that everything that you are seeing me do with this build was within a day. I woke up this morning, drove from San Francisco to my home in Los Angeles, California, and then, subsequently, I started to browse through people's submissions and found Vega Nova submitting this game, where he did this elaborate, cool Marine Hellion push. Well, actually, a not very elaborate, pretty straightforward Marine Marauder Hellion push. And then I went ahead and optimized it for the purposes of this day's daily by using this Orca method. Orca on your buildings, Orca on your units. And the most important part of the unit is the idea of cutting units while still having enough defense. We want to cut those things out. I'm not playing super mighty fast because that's not really needed. I will make him wander around because I can.
Not enough minerals.
Not enough minerals. So now I'm going to make sure that my refinery gets started right at 75 minerals. I'll always be grabbing from this half.
Not enough minerals.
Actually, generally these 3 mineral patches for someone to get the refinery out. I'm aware that I need to be building this depot there. I'm only going to get 4 Hellions out before I go on with the rest of my build. And I'm going to try to make sure that I get everything very, 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 very fast. Let's see if we can do some real freaking magic. I have it on 4, so I can hit B5A. Here it goes, B5A. Cool. That.
Not enough minerals.
B was for orbital command, 5 was to select the barracks, and A to build the marine. I'm going to rally up here. I'm still not worried that much about unit control. I'm not worried about sending my marines out on the map, trying to hunt down things. I'm not doing that yet. That's not in this optimization process for today.
Upgrade.
Alright, SCV that built that. I'm getting ready to lift this so I can scoot him on over. I will be lowering that, so that way I can send an SCV out to build. Almost missed an SCV there, that would have been bad. Spamming my C button, C, 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 C. I'm really aware right now of that 21 supply depot. I really want to make sure that I nail that perfectly. So first I'm going to send my SCV out. It's going to be building my Happy Time Orbital Command.
SCV ready.
I have some Marines here. I guess I'll hotkey them as 1.
In the rear with the gear.
Not enough minerals.
There's my supply depot that I always miss.
SCV ready.
Add-on complete.
I'm not actually getting the add-on. And there, perfectly timed up. Makes me so happy. I'm not actually getting the add-on yet. There's my F3. I'm not getting the add-on yet. I'm actually going to save that money. There's SCV. Okay, I'm going to build 2 more. Here's my 2 more. This saves me a supply depot, so I don't need to build another one. So now I'm going to be able to start building my barracks. Very, very, very early on.
Huh? SCV ready. What's going on? Yo.
Those are seeming early, and after that I'm going to get my Tech Lab add-on out. Should go there. Almost missed an SCV.
Ready to raise some hell.
And then I'm going to hold off a little bit. I'm going to hold off till maybe 6:45 to start building those again.
SCV ready.
I'm not overbuilding too early, because I wanted to make sure that I got that one up. So now that I have this, I'm happy. Oops, stim. I'm going to start my Marauder production.
Ready.
And as soon as I have the cash flow too, I will be going back to get them Hellions. Actually, I think I'll do it right now. Yeah.
SCV ready.
And now all I have to do is make sure that I...
Upgrade
Oops.
complete. Not enough minerals.
Didn't send those dudes back, actually. There we go. A little bit bumpy here. I'm still... Yep, there was a bump right there. And that bump that I felt, where I was trying to get all the add-ons, and I was like, yeah, I think I'll get these other things right now. That bump didn't go well. I'll relook at that bump and figure out how to smooth it out. I'll be doing that right after this replay. Of this replay. There's my other Marauder.
Let's have a blast.
I'm suddenly not feeling that extra bit of cash. Remember how I was like, oh, you know what? I think I'm going to have enough cash to build that extra engineering bay. Totally don't have it at all here, because I built these barracks so much earlier.
Oh, it's on.
Getting quite supply blocked.
Not enough energy. Additional supply depots.
Dude, you need a lot of supply depots with this build. It's all my
Additional
supply.
supply depots. Game paused.
Forgive me. I don't know why my mouse does this, but sometimes it just loses control. Whoo! Oh, man. Here we go. Alright. Resuming it.
Game resumed.
Do you guys ever have that error? It is your
Not enough
mouse.
Energy.
Ready to raise some hell.
Additional supply depots.
Kaboom, baby.
Alright, so
SCV ready.
let me go to here.
It's on.
Alright, so far things are looking reasonable in terms of my cash.
Go ahead.
So what happened just then, other than the mouse crisis? I said to myself, wow, I really completely whiffed out on that opportunity to go get that early engineering bay like I had planned. I am so sad.
With the gear.
Not enough energy.
SCV ready.
And what happened is whenever I had enough money to,
Go time.
I just got it.
Ready to raise some hell.
Boom. There's my double things, and there's my dudes getting made. There's my dudes. Let me go ahead and start moving out.
SCV ready.
And now we have a comparative army that we can look at for our benchmark. I was so scared. Okay, cool. I'm going to go ahead and reload up this replay. And what is the most important part of the Orca process? This compare. So, here's our sheet that I have loaded up. Here's the original one. But we theoretically think that we've made some improvements. So we are going to go to our most recent one and see if we can improve that. I'm going to just start at 545.
SCV ready.
Why? Because I'm not that impressed to see that 230 number be there every time. Oops. Like at 230, I'm always at 14 SCVs with my refinery being done. I've optimized that as much as I can. So 230 is all good. 430 should be the start of this expansion unless something goes awry. Yeah, it's 425, but I say 430 because I like rounding.
Add-on.
These guys start at 445, Hellion start, and I have 19 SCVs, 2 Marines. I'm real interested in when my second barracks gets started.
SCV ready to raise some hell.
Looks like 530. Oh, 530. Second, third rack start. 21 SCV, 2 Marauder, 2 Hellion. So suddenly I'm starting my barracks a full minute earlier. How? How was I able to do that? Because I cut units. I didn't build these Hellions 5 and 6. I stopped after Hellions 3 and 4. Went ahead and got my add-ons. I am going to briefly skip over all this mass confusion that occurred here.
Upgrade.
This just kind of looked ugly. What I want to do now is I want to continue to do this comparison thing. Let's go to 815. Why did I skip over 630? Because 630 is when the second and third barracks started in my old game, and 530 is where they started in this game. So I'm long gone past that moment.
Additional supply depots.
So I'm going to try to go to 815.
Addition-
Okay, so let's see. Where was I at 815 in the last game? So random moment. 32 SCVs. It looks like I slipped on my production. 2 Marine, 5 Marauder, 6 Hellion. Am I close to any extra Hellion? I'm almost at 7 and 8 Hellions. nearly that. So at this random moment at 8:15, I still have the same mixture of units. I have 3 racks, 1 fac, 3 tech, 1 reactor. So I'm saying something like, well, I have fewer Hellions here than I had here, but I have more Marauders here than I have there. Oh, so that might be somewhat useful.
Supply depots required.
But again, I didn't quit when things got really bumpy here. I just sort of let it play out. So we want to get our final benchmark at 930. Alright, let's see how this looked. 930. Attack begins. Oops, 38 SCVs. I still am behind those two. 2 Marines, 11 Marauders, 10 Hellions. And actually, Hellions 11 and 12 are almost out. So I will go ahead and put 12 Hellions. So this totally turns me on. Because we also had an engineering bay done and getting ready to research at this point. So, what have we seen in this process? We said, oh, you know, let me cut units. We did our Orca thing. We cut units, and then we said, well, since we cut those units, can we add more buildings in? And we tried to get these barracks up faster. We got this engineering bay up. And what did it cause? It caused us to be short on a Hellion, but we had more Marauders. We also had the eBay in there, and we also had this early upgrade getting ready to flow down the pipeline. So that's really the whole goal of this thing, is to get to a point like this, and then to fall all the way back to here and remind yourself what you had in that original attack when you were winging it. 37 SCVs, 13 Marines, 3 Marauders, and 7 Hellions. We have a hell of a lot more infantry, a hell of a lot more Hellions. We screwed up our SCV production and we're still ahead in it. And we have an eBay ready to do research. Now, there was those refinement bumps that I talked about, and I'm kind of happy that one just naturally fell out, which was right here, where I got these things up
Complete.
and kind of had this oh shit moment where I couldn't make any more Hellions, and then I got supply blocked, and I was like, ah! I kind of lost it. I lost it. But I think I was reasonably close on this. I think all I really needed to do was to build this depot and a second depot really quickly. Because this is where I got supply blocked. This is really where the supply block happened, was right after 51. And did I miss that many SCVs? I'm not really using these refineries. I have a feeling that if I did play this in a real game, as I was attacking, I would add on 3 more refineries. But I feel reasonably confident about that.
Supply depots.
And here I'm going to re-look at a couple of things right now. I'm going to look at what did this factory look like. It was supply blocked. And it was kind of vacant, and then I was reasonably good there, reasonably good there. I was reasonably good about constant Hellion production. Had a lot of stuff. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to do this just one more time and see if we can get it absolutely perfect the way we want it. No, don't join the game. Don't join a game. Oh, that was so scary. I almost joined a game and had to leave it again. Alright. In our final playthrough, we're just going to do a last little bit here and try to make sure that we don't miss any of those depots or any of our wonderful SCVs. Love our SCVs. And I cannot emphasize enough that my greatest pleasure is in these smaller level optimizations. Oh, these are just the greatest. Okay, so here's, let me demonstrate. This is like my favorite. This SCV gets rallied to the far side, not to the near side, to the far side. The 9th one. This is the stuff that I really think is, like, if you start enjoying this enough, you'll be an optimization king in no time. That SCV there builds that depot and comes back. It reminds me of that Grubby quote where he says, my greatest skill is my enjoyment of the game. If you want to have really great builds, just find stuff like this SCV is literally going to go depot, barracks, depot, factory with near perfect timing.
Additional supply depots.
He just times himself out. So we again, to emphasize this Orca method, the O, we first got an ordering down of where we vaguely wanted to go for factory, expand, 2 racks. We refined it by playing it a couple of times and trying to get our timings down super ultra tight. We then compared that to what our old school stuff was up to. And then we added on extra buildings where we could. 12 dudes there, great, good. Now I'm going to show you just one more layer that you can go for. What was I talking about a lot in that game? Or not talking about a lot in those last few games? The fact that I had a lot of gas. So, why not pull some guys out of gas at certain points? We could do things like that. Oops, didn't rally my Marine, that's fine. I'm just focused on my build order in these games.
Upgrade. Insufficient.
God, I love that this SCV builds all these 4 buildings. Seriously, nothing pleases me so much as that SCV right there.
SCV ready.
Got our Mariners. I'm going to block it like this, like it's a PvP or something. I'm spamming my C button.
Gas. Insufficient.
Bam.
Gas.
Hopefully Microsoft isn't like, do you want sticky keys enabled? I'm pretty sure you want sticky keys.
In the rear with the gear. Ah! It's here. SCV ready. Big job, huh? What's going on? SCV ready.
Come on.
Bad news.
Come on. Alright.
Add-on complete.
SCV ready.
Not enough minerals.
Rally there. Alright. So right now... Oh, look at that. Perfect timing right when that finished. So sexy. I could pull guys off gas, but I'm not going to. These are other 2 dudes coming out.
Ready to raise some
They are ready to raise some hell.
ready. What's going on?
I kind of whiffed a little bit on the selection of those.
Ready to raise
So it's
some
that
hell.
54 supply thing that I was
SCV ready.
struggling with quite a bit. Now, I am going to be researching STEM,
Add-on complete.
but I don't know if that's exactly what I want to be getting. Maybe I actually want to wait a bit.
What's going on? SCV ready.
Upgrade complete. Not enough minerals.
Oopsie daisies. Botch that a touch bit.
SCV ready. SCV ready.
Now I think after I build this depot and this next round of Marauders, then I think I can go back to Hellion production again.
SCV ready. Go time.
Add-on complete.
Come on, finish the damn depot, jerk.
Go ahead.
Jerk brain.
Additional supply.
SCV ready. Ah, you scared me.
It's a lot easier with health bars on.
SCV ready.
Additional supply.
Ready to raise
Ah, I
some
nailed
hell.
that supply depot time. I'm very pleased with that.
Ready to raise some hell. SCV ready. Kaboom, baby. SCV ready. It's go time.
Holy crap! Do you need a lot of depots when you're doing this? Jeez, damn!
Additional supply depots.
SCV ready. It's about to get
Alright, so I'm feeling like right around this time I can actually build this.
Kaboom, baby. SCV ready. Let's have a blast.
Research complete.
So my stim finishes at 9.
Waiting on. Where's my
Still shooting for that 9:30 timing.
ready to raise some hell?
Additional supply depots.
SCV ready. It's go time.
I don't have
Insufficient.
enough gas. I'm so sad. I'm low on the gas.
SCV ready.
And because my money's high right
Additional
now,
supply
I'm being
depots
like, oh,
required.
I could have
I can't build here.
totally could have done some other stuff. Get my refinery. Alright, I'm going to do my final test on my benchmark. What I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to zoom to 930 at the very, very end.
SCV ready.
Because I have my little benchmarking sheet. Yeah. That benchmarking sheet. I want to have... In particular, it's the more SCVs that I really want. All the more SCVs. So, what I want to sort of finalize while this thing's loading up is I want to come back to this original document that we're going to be looking at all throughout the month of October, where we have an idea that we start with. We work on the buildings with the ORCA method. Order, refine, compare to your old stuff and add on new stuff. And do the same thing with your units. Cutting units, trying to make sure we're not too thin on the defense. And then we'll just sort of redo our little ORCA method again. So let me pause here. And please submit to me build orders that you would like optimized to Tuesday at day9.tv. Maybe you played a ladder game and you're like, hey, this build, I really want it to get to work, but I can't figure it out. Can you do anything? Things like that. Or maybe something like, this build works great. Could I do it any better? Anything like that. Works fine. Submit those to Tuesday at day9.tv.
Additional supply depots.
So I'm now going to come to 9:30, and hey, victory. Over here, yeah. In the course of just trying to be a little bit more smooth, we did get 2 extra SCVs in our final game at 9:30. We had 40 SCVs, 2 Marine. We had 13 Marauder. And we had 10 Hellions. How far away are we from the other 2? Almost as close as we were in the other one. So I'll call it 11. Because I have 2 half-done Hellions. In the other game, I said 12 because we had 2 nearly done Hellions. But this is actually quite exciting, because especially when this Marauder pops out, I have effectively 14 Marauders. This is really neat that just by making myself not get supply blocked, I still have my engineering bay here. I still have the same formation of stuff, but I have a little bit more. So that's going to wrap up today's daily. It's quite long, but that's okay. We'll be doing more succinct versions of it throughout the month of October on Tuesdays. More Newbie Tuesdays coming up. Hope you had a great time. Take care, guys. Goodbye. See you tomorrow. I'll be laddering.